Hi there, Emmanuel here, and you probably found this video because you're looking into Jifu. You're looking for a Jifu review, or you've probably heard about it. Maybe somebody's approached you on Facebook or wherever. Maybe they're telling you about it, maybe even trying to recruit you, and you thought, let me do my due diligence, let me go and have a look into it yourself. I'm also going to look into the compensation plan and just let you know, give you my personal opinion on it, because I've been in things similar to this. You can decide for yourself what you want to do. Alright, so firstly, I want to say hi, I want to say welcome. If you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. If you are enjoying some of the stuff, then please just take a second and subscribe to the channel. Also remember to just hit that bell icon so that anytime I do put some new stuff out there, any new videos, which I'm always trying to put out there to help you with your marketing, help you make some more money online, then, I'm always putting a video out there. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll be the first to be notified about it. Also as well, just very quickly, you don't have to wait till the end of the video. If you want to get access to my free 5-part Forex marketing course where I teach you the type of ways that I market, and I teach you some of the pros of marketing that way, and also give you access to some of the people that I personally market with, then you can just scroll down below this video, you click on that, and you can get completely free access to that 5-part video marketing course. But I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in a bit. Alright, so Jifu. So this is it. This is the logo and this is the site. So I'll show you the site here. This is their site, Jifu. Now, they've been going since 2019, and really their main thing has been about travel. Mostly, like most people when they were told about Jifu, they mostly talk about travel. It's an MLM type company, and their thing was, you get travel credits. The more people you bring in, the cheaper you get to travel. And they've gone and branched into health, and now they've branched into the financial world and Forex and crypto and all that sort of stuff. Now, I personally learned about it because the company I used to be with, like you may have seen some of my videos, I was with the IM Academy. Yeah, until I left that business, The IM Academy now have been shut down, and they're not even called the IM Academy now. They were called Ayurveda, the last name. They kept changing their name, to kind of dodge the FTC, but eventually the FTC has caught up with them. Some of their marketing, they didn't like the way they were doing it. Some of their recruiting, they didn't like the way it was doing it, and they've shut them down. And there's a big court case that they're going to have to probably pay some fines and stuff like that. So everybody that was in the IM Academy now, and, most of them were making money from recruiting. Now they've had to jump ship. They're like, okay, so what are we going to do now? And now they've moved on to this new company called Jifu, which is why now I've been getting contacted by some of the old people that was in the IM Academy to try and recruit me to get involved in this. So I thought, okay, let me go and have a look at it. Let me do my own personal look and review on it, maybe potentially to help other people. So it is very, very, very similar to the IM Academy. I mean, when you come to the actual site, it doesn't even really very clearly show you stuff. I'll go to the home page. It doesn't really very clearly show you stuff about Forex. You kind of got to dig a little bit, or you've got to have been told about it. They mainly talk about, health supplements and the travel stuff, But if you go to Jifu Education and then you go to Jifu Live, then it talks about a little bit about, the different types of things that they do. Forex, crypto, stocks, e-commerce, all this sort of stuff. Now, when you join the package, one good thing about it is that you get it all incorporated depending on which package you join. But I do remember with the IM Academy, say you wanted to get the Forex plan and then the crypto plan and the stocks plan, you'd have to pay separate prices for each of those. So that's one good thing. I mean, I think in the education, the Forex side, well, most of the people that were talking to me about were looking at the Forex, the crypto, the stocks, the social media, and some of the mindset stuff, which is kind of the main things I think you need to kind of trade, especially, things like Forex. But again, I'm going to give you a little tip, but I think, you need to focus on one. When you get bombarded with all these different stuff, it's just too much information overload, But what you get, okay, so let's just talk about the Forex and the different types of marketing. You get kind of 3 levels of marketing that they're looking at with these educators, and I'll show you some of the educators in a minute. So 3 levels, it's kind of, they're actually looking at either like trend trading. I've got it written down here. So actually they're looking at like scalping, or like price action, trend trading, or smart money. Yeah, and I really, when I was in the IM Academy, I was focusing more on smart money, but the educators are looking at that kind of 3 levels. And each educator is looking at it from beginner, intermediate, and more advanced level. Yeah. So what you would get if you joined, you get access to all of the educators. Yeah, all of the educators in Forex, all the educators in crypto, all the educators in stocks. So you can see already you're going to start to think about, whoa, this is a lot of stuff. This is education overload, you know. And I think this is what these things are really good at. They're good at, like, for get rich quick type of people that like to jump around and think, oh, let me try this. Oh, crypto's not working. Let me try some gold. And gold's not working. Let me try some this. And it's awesome when you get all these tons and tons of educators, tons of lives, you know, but if you're going to be good at anything, you have to focus on one thing. You just got to focus on one educator, one thing, one strategy and mindset. That's really what you have to focus on if you're going to be successful in any of this. And, you know, and maybe the people that are promoting this aren't actually looking at the trading side quite so much. They're more probably looking at where you make money from the compensation. And I'll go into that because make a lot of money from that if you know how to recruit. Right. So anyway, these are the educators. So let's go to Forex. If we clicked on Forex, you can see all the educators. Some of them have come directly from the IM Academy, especially one Manny. Some of these as well, you know, here's Manny down here, Manny Quinos. I hope I'm saying his name correctly, who used to do one of the scanners called Smart Monex, and they do have this scanner there as well. I'll go through the scanners in a bit. But he looks at smart money more. Do you know what I mean? He's a bit of a scalper more than anything. Do you know, but some of these are just directly from the IM Academy. So that's what I mean. It's like the IM Academy's just moved over, and a lot of the educators have just moved over to this. But you get lives with all of these people. So you can get a live almost every day with some of these educators. Do you know what I mean? So again, like I said, you've got to pick 1 or 2 the most and stick with that. Otherwise, it's just too much information. You can also get educators with crypto. I think they've only got 3 educators with the Crypto Academy, which are these 3 here. Yeah, there we go. These 3. He does Forex as well, Cedric. And then, you know, you've got educations for the stocks and the social media and all that stuff. So there's a lot of information. There's a lot of educators and there's a lot of lives that you can look at. Here is you can see for all the different things that you can do. Forex, crypto, stocks, e-commerce, credit, finance, social media, real estate, fitness. But like I said, the package that most people are looking at are the Forex, crypto, social media, and the, mindset. Yeah. So if I was to give you any advice, pick one. If it's Forex you're into, pick the Forex and do the mindset and pick one educator and focus on that. Yeah. They also have scanners. Again, a nice little gimmick. There's 7 or 8 scanners. I'll go through some of them that I heard. There's one called Gold Era. Yeah. So, you know, again, that's going to be looking at gold and gold movements. You know, then you've got, Trend Wave. Then there's one called Smart. Then there's Smart Monex, same as was in the IM Academy. The very, very same. And Manny's running that one as well. Smart Monex wasn't too bad. A bit of a scalping type thing, like I said, but it wasn't too bad. It can kind of work, but you've always got to learn the education first, and then these things will help you. These are, otherwise they're just gimmicks that will help you to win some trades, but you will never truly understand what it's about. You want to know what the indicator's doing. You want to know how to trade. It's the most important thing, you know. And there's one called Kill Shot. There's one called Sniper Pro, and the old team I was with are using that old ATH that they're adding to this. And then there's one called what's that? Supernova, I think, something like that. Yeah, Supernova. And they've also got their main one, which was Impulse for the IM Academy. They've now got them over here called Quantum, and I've got a little picture here of what it kind of looks like. You know, there's trend lines. There's going to be blue arrows telling you to follow the trend. There's going to be trend indicators and trend strength. You know, either blue to go up and red to come down. You know, so you can, when the arrow shows, you can buy, or when the red arrow shows, you can sell. You know, again, helping you, but what it's good. When I used to use indicators and things like this before, now not so much. I'm more like looking at kind of raw trading a bit more. But when I used to, it'd be good to think, right, oh, this is a place I would buy. So, you know, maybe there's a fib retracement. Maybe the trend is going in the right way. The DXY is all giving you clues that that's the way to go. And you think, I would buy here. And then you get an arrow. So now you're thinking, oh, okay, I'm actually understanding this. I'm understanding how to trade. If you have no idea how to trade and you're just relying on these arrows, yeah, you're going to get some good trades. But are you going to be a profitable trader? That's the difference, you know. Are you going to learn that it's not about one or two trades? It's about a set of trades, like the book Mark Douglas wrote, Trading in the Zone, when he talks about a set of trades, not just the one or two trades that people like trade on. Like I said, these get rich quick types that trade a couple, lose a couple, and then they're looking for the next thing. They move on to the next indicator, the golden era one, and now they're looking at gold or they're looking at crypto. Because it's just all this stuff, when you've got all this amount of information, can be a bit overloading, and it's just easy to just keep skipping about, you know, sort of thing. So, I mean, what's my verdict on this? I personally wouldn't join this, because for me, this is just the IM Academy. If we look at the reviews, don't forget, these have been going since 2019, and their reviews is 3.8, which is okay. But, you know, I like to see it up to the 4s, the 4.5s and above. So, you know, the reason I wouldn't join it is because for me, it's just the IM Academy, just repackaged again. And I'm not saying it's all bad. There's some good things in there. Definitely some good things in there. And some of the guys that I used to market and trade with, they're lovely guys. And, you know, they'll help you along the way as well. You know, they review your trades and stuff like that. But it's just the way that there's just so much stuff. It's so easy. And then, you know, 1 minute you're scalping, then you're trend trading. So you have to be disciplined if you join this. That's the only thing I'm going to say. If you join this, I would pick 1 or 2 educators. I would pick a strategy. If it's smart money, if it's trend following, whatever it is, I would pick that strategy and I would stick to that till I was actually making money. But most people in this, let's be honest, they're actually going to make money from the compensation plan. And that's where the real money is being made, you know, because a lot of them, that's why they jumped over so quickly. They were thinking, I've lost all that compensation I was making from the IM Academy. Where am I going to make that from again? So now this Jifu is a perfect solution, because they've got a compensation plan. I'm going to go for it now. To actually join the Jifu, there's 2 entries. There's one called just the entry pack, and then there's the elite pack. So the entry pack is going to cost you $109 per month, and it's $40 one-time registration. Yes, so that's how much it costs you to get into the entry pack. On the elite pack, it's $185 a month, and it's $114 one-time registration. Now, the difference between the two is with the entry pack, you don't get as much travel benefits, but just looking at the Forex side, you don't get access to all the lives. Yeah, and you only get access to 1 scanner with the entry pack. So that's why when you hear some of these people talking on their videos and they're telling you about all these scanners, you're only getting access to that if you're in the elite pack. And you only get access to all of the lives if you're on the elite pack. So just be mindful of that. It's going to be very limited what you get on the entry pack, and you're only going to get to use 1 of the scanners. Yeah. But if you're now decide, right, I want to join this and I want to sell it, I want to be an affiliate, you have to pay your affiliate fee, which is $30 first off, and then it's $15 every month. And that's the cost of doing business. If you're going to be an affiliate, you got to pay to be an affiliate. You know, that's the same with all MLMs and network marketing type companies. And then when you bring someone in, say you bring someone into the entry pack, you get paid $10. Yeah, as a bonus. And if you bring someone into the elite pack, you get paid $20 as a bonus. Yeah. Then we move on to starting to recruit people. What you want to do, you want to get to the first stage, which they're calling manager or executive, where they have a binary system. So you have a left leg and a right leg. In the left leg, you bring 2 people in on your left leg and 2 people in on your right leg. So you got 4 people. And that's when you are now got 4 people and you're now become an executive. and you get paid $150 per month, but you're also on what they call 4 no more. So you now don't have to pay your, whatever you're paying, $185 a month. You don't have to pay that anymore because now you've got 4 people. So you're exempt from that. So that's great. You know, you don't have to pay your $185 and you're getting paid $150 a month as well. The next level is the silver, where you got 7 people on your left leg, 7 people on your right leg, so 14 people altogether, but you're not having to bring all those people in yourself. Yeah, so if you bring some, that's why everybody's always searching for a superstar, a marketer, why these guys are contacting me, sort of. I'm not saying I'm a superstar, but, you know, I can market. So you want to get somebody who knows how to market, or someone that can bring other people in, because that helps your leg. You don't have to bring all of these 7 people in, you know? So that's why, you know, most people are trying to get someone else that brings other people in because it helps them. It helps make up their 7. I hope that makes sense, you know. So you want 7 on your left and 7 on your right, which you don't have to all bring in yourself. And then that's $700 a month. Yeah. Then the gold will be 15 on each side, 15 left, 15 right. You get $1,000 a month for that. The platinum is 40 left, 40 right. You get $2,000. Elite, 125 on your left, 125 on your right. Then you're getting $5,000. And then it goes up. The director, $250. 250 people on your left, 250 people on your right. You get $10,000. Sapphire director, $450, $15,000. Emerald director, $625, $25,000. And then diamond, 1,250 on your left, 1,250 on your right. And you're getting $50,000 a month. And it even goes up even more than that. So you can see why most people, where they're truly making their money from this or trying to, is from the compensation plan. You know, I think they've only got, as it stands, I think maybe there's one diamond. So, you know, you can see most aren't going to make a lot of money from this. You know, don't forget also, most people don't stay in these MLMs for more than 3 months. So when you lose a person, you also have to try and quickly re-recruit someone else to stay at these numbers. These have to be 7, let's just look at silver. There has to be 7 on each leg active subscribers. So you drop one, your money's going to go down, or you're going to lose your level, you know. So you just have to be mindful of that. I think with these things, especially, same with the IM Academy, people are going to be rushing to recruit. Not because they're really trying to teach you how to trade, but more because they're wanting to make their compensation plan. But that's my own personal opinion. You know, it may not always be the case. You may find someone who's an absolute awesome trader and they're just here to teach you how to trade, and they want to make a little bit of extra money on the side. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like, even the group that I'm with, you know, it's not, we don't really make a lot of money from recruiting, but I just like to share it. It's something I like to do. So there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But my own personal opinion is like, if you're a diamond person and you're having to maintain 1,250 people on your left and 1,250 people on your right, that's a business in and of itself. Of course, it's a great business because you're making $50,000 a month, but that's a business. So how much other time are you going to have for trading? You know, so, you know, it swings and roundabouts. But yeah, for me personally, I won't be joining Jifu. It's not for me because it's just too similar to what I was in before, the IM Academy. So I just don't want to get involved in that again. I just didn't like it, you know. So that's why I personally left anyway. So, but I hope that me going through this has helped you to make your own informed decision, you know, and then decide whether or not you want to join or not. You know, there's pros. There's obviously some pros. There's some great educators and there's some cons as well. So hopefully this has helped you to make your own informed decision. All right. So I hope you got some value from that. Like I was saying earlier, I have a free 5-part trading course where I show you the type of trading I do, which is a little bit more not high ticket. It's a little bit more higher time frame trading, you know, with the people that I'm with now. You know, they're more focused on one thing. They're more focused on helping you, so you can actually get access to the leaders. You can actually get direct access to the leaders. They have a webinar once a week where they show you the actual trades that they're looking to trade. They show you the areas they're looking to trade, and they show you how to trade higher time frames and lower time frames if you prefer. You know, but me personally now, I'm kind of looking at higher time frames because I don't want to be on the charts quite so much. So This 5-part course has taught you all the things that I've learned, and it's a free, completely free 5-part course. If you're interested in it, all you got to do is just scroll down below this video, you click on that, and once you've opted in, you get completely free access to this 5-part course, and I'll show you the actual thing that I'm now my #1 recommendation for trading, for Forex trading especially, and only Forex trading. You know, you can look at other things as well as you go along, the crypto and that, but mainly it's Forex trading. You know, and so yeah, if you want access to that, just scroll down below this and click on the link. But either way, I do hope you got some value from this. If you did, please take a second, just hit the like button. Also share it if you want to share it with anyone that you think might get some value from this as well. So once again, thanks for listening. Till next time, you have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. All the best. Take care.